Hi, welcome to SPR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Sean Higgs from NJWiseGuys.com. We're going to preview TCU West Virginia college football week 10. Sean Higgs, thanks for being back with us.
Appreciate you having me again, Peter. Thank you.
All right, Sean. Well, you've had a great record overall in our videos in college football. You're going to be taking the TCU game this week. Probably the most interesting team in all of college football this year. Before we get to it, just tell everyone what NJWiseGuys.com is all about.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's one of many. There's a lot of sites out there like a multi-capper site, plenty of free content, free picks, and everybody loves their free picks. I think what separates us, myself included, listen, we're not out there saying we win 90% of the time. You know, we're long-term for you, 57 or 62% long-term over year winners. I think that's what separates us from everybody else. We're not out there claiming 80% all the time. We're just honest cappers doing a good job, hard work, and grinding out a profit for everybody.
All right, sounds good, Sean Higgs. TCU, West Virginia. TCU, what can you say about them? They're the team on steroids and meth combined this year. 7-0 against the spread. Earlier in the year, they were covering by a mile. Then you expected maybe them to let down a little bit. Then they started covering by 2 miles, right? Then last week, they were a 24-point favorite or whatever over Texas Tech. You were like, all right, maybe this is going to be the spot where they lose against the spread. No, they covered by 40 or whatever it was, put up 85 or whatever they did. So here they are, 5.5 point favorite on the road. The total is actually a 72.5 or 73.5 market wide. That's down a tick from 74, which is an interesting move. Based on what we've seen, you got to expect another huge easy cover from TCU, and maybe a game with a total in the stratosphere. But the total is surprisingly somewhat not in the stratosphere, and it's gotten bet down a little bit. So what do you like here, Sean Higgs?
Well, I got to say these two teams last week. I laid the number with TCU last week. On the flip side, I had Oklahoma State. I thought, West Virginia being a little let down after that big win over Baylor. And look at this game. We talk on Monday about these games, and I'm like, you know what? I like TCU here. It's tough backing a team that puts up 80 points. I mean, I don't have some kind of database to go back to see who puts up 80 points and how they do the next game.
Right.
I was leaning on TCU. I think they have a little better defense. And, their common opponents, Oklahoma State, TCU won them both. A little tougher game versus Oklahoma at home as opposed to what West Virginia did. They lost at home. Oklahoma pretty much beat them handily. But I think the difference here, and I'm going to go under. I like the under here.
Wow, okay.
Believe it or not, I like TCU. I think they're a for real team. At the beginning of the year, I thought it was a little hesitant. I thought the Sooners would win that conference. I thought Baylor would maybe not be as good. But listen, I was totally wrong about this team. Like you said, they've covered 7 straight. They're just putting up tons of points. But in this case, I can see a little closer game. I like the TCU defense. I'm not that sold on the West Virginia offense all around as a team. So I think under. I mean, like you said, they've been putting up a ton of points. They're averaging probably like 40, 50 games. I don't even know what they've been putting up lately. It's like our playing on Xbox One or PlayStation offense. But I see that number, and like you said, it's come down a couple points already. I'll go under here. I think that's the smart move coming in. It's really easy to say it's going to be 50 to 40 shootout, but nothing's that easy. If it was that easy, it'd be called stealing and not gambling,
All right. Well, any pick on a TCU game right now is either going to be one that looks too easy or one that is a ballsy contrarian pick, maybe too ballsy, and you're going to take that kind of a pick here. Right now, 73.5 is a widely available number, so interesting pick. Sean Higgs from NJWiseGuys.com. Under 73.5 at TCU West Virginia. Ballsy pick, Sean. We'll see how this turns out. Thanks.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns. Big money free betting contests year-round. A real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.